What's up, Aquarius? Welcome to your June 2020 reading. It's general. It's not going to resonate with all of you, okay? So definitely check out your moon, your rising, and your Venus to see if you get some other messages here. Now, if I sound like I'm a little irritated, I am. This is the third attempt to do your video. Now, mind you, Mercury has gone into retrograde today. Fine. So maybe we'll just put it on that. But this is my third attempt. So, one of those things. Before I get into the reading though, I do want to say again that I'm really thankful for all of you guys who are out there right now fighting for Black lives right now, right? So whether you are a Black person, whether you are a person of color, or whether you are one of our white allies, thank you for all of the work that you're out there doing. It's all very important. It means a lot. And everybody's work looks different. Some people are out there on the front lines. Some people are, protesting. Some people are signing the petitions. Some are having those uncomfortable conversations with family members and things. And whatever it is that you're doing to do your part to make sure that we are more equal and things are more fair and that Black lives aren't being killed out here for no reason by anybody, police or otherwise. I just really, really thank all of you guys. Because this is a crazy time, and honestly, we need everyone all hands on deck in order to make any kind of change. Sliding out of that, but also sliding into why this is so crazy and so important. Now, you guys, Aquarius, okay, you are the humanitarians of the zodiac. You guys are all about the community. You guys are all about rebelling against shit that just isn't working, right? Society wouldn't progress forward, period, without the Aquarius energy. And that's just a fact. So you guys are super vital. You're super important. If you feel like you are even less than in your own personal life, understand the power that you guys hold, okay? Now, I say all that to say, Saturn is now in Aquarius. Whenever Saturn is in Aquarius, there's a lot of shit going on, right? There's a lot of big changes happening, on the level of our humanity and like how we decide to go about rules, right? If we're talking about Saturn, we're talking about the planet of that rules Capricorn, right? They are all about the rules. They're all about taskmaster, do the job, do the work. Like it's a very it reminds me of like military like energy, just because it is very much following the protocols and all these things, right? It's the responsibilities, it's the growing up. And then we've got your sign, Aquarius. Now, every single time, like I said, Aquarius or Saturn is an Aquarius, which happens about every 30 years, right? There's always a big shift in how we decide as a people that our world needs to look, right? And right now is a perfect example of that. You've got all this, we're in a revolution right now. You've got all these people protesting. You've got all these people coming out the woodworks trying to do the right thing, trying to make sure they're on the right side of history. Now, last time Saturn was in Aquarius was during the Rodney King riots in the 90s, early 90s, right? So about 30 years ago. And even from then, there's been a lot that's changed from then. Now, the time before that Saturn was in Aquarius was during the civil rights movement in the 60s. So, huge time right now. Lots going on right now. A lot of it having to do with your energy being such a profound piece of that. Not only that, damn near all the planets are retrograde right now. Okay, so there's a lot going on with that. We are shifting into Cancer season, which is very emotional, right? Very watery. And then we are also in the middle of an eclipse season. We're going to have another one in Cancer coming up in a few days. So there's a lot going on, big shifts, but you guys have a lot to play with that. Now, as far as that Saturn in Aquarius thing, Saturn sits in the sign for about 2 years. So expect these next 2 years, there's going to be a lot shifting on a collective level of how we see each other, how we respect each other, how we coexist with one another. Okay. So just wanted to put that out there. Now, let's get into this because I do not want things to go crazy again. I kept the cards. This is an important message. So we're just going to go over everything that we went over before. Okay. Now, bottom of the deck, Aqua, you guys got Ace of Cups. Very important. New love is an option if it's something that you are interested in. I don't see anybody jumping into a full-on commitment this month, but there might be some prospects out there. So whether you are doing the online datings, whether you are, now that things are starting to slowly open up, you know, going and having brunch on the patio of a restaurant or something, I don't know, whatever it is, there is a possibility of meeting somebody who makes you feel really good, someone who makes you feel really connected to you. That's how we know when people are good for us. When we feel like we love us and feel connected to us, that's a good match, you know? This is about cup overflowing. This is also about intuition. I do want to say there's a big message for you guys here this month of, if you guys are trying to think your way out of certain problems that you know good and damn well requires your heart and your intuition, you're going about it the wrong way, and you already know this. Now, there may be some relationship things, and I'm going to speak on this in terms of relationships because that's what I feel most strongly. Now, of course, this is general, so it may have nothing to do with that. It could be, or it may have nothing to do with the romantic relationships. It could be relationships with your friends, relationships with your family, whatever it is. Discern and use, you know, this information as you see fit. And if it doesn't stick, then again, check out your other signs. There's a lot of you guys that are connecting to fire. So Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries here. This actual King of Wands is what's sitting underneath this Ace of Cups. There's also a King of Pentacles underneath that. But I do want to say, even on the spread, there's a lot of fire and potential for someone with fire sign or strong fire placements to be coming into your life. If it isn't a fire sign person, it's someone who has those types of characteristics. Fun, charismatic, maybe impulsive, adventurous, spontaneous, cute, you know, just a fun, like, I want to be around them type person. Okay, now, you guys started out with the Two of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Very, very important. This is both fire energy, right? So again, right away, we see that fire energy poking up. But Knight of Wands, you know, he gets a bad rap because he is someone who is oftentimes looked at as being someone who's flighty, but it's because he goes for what he wants, right? He doesn't do things out of duty. He does things because he wants to do them. And when he doesn't feel moved to do them anymore, he doesn't make himself pretend like he wants to, right? So the actual action of, you know, knights, they stand for action, and wands in themselves stand for action as well. And Two of Wands for me is always about kind of looking at the world around you and deciding to go after something new. This might involve travel. Some of you guys might be moving or considering moving, but this is about doing something new. This is about taking action and making the plans to do something new, right? This is about moving forward in some type of a way, but it feels very new. It feels very fresh. Now, Knight of Wands energy, even though you guys are air sign individuals, you guys do remind me of Knight of Wands because, again, like I said, our society wouldn't progress forward without Aquarius energy, just like things wouldn't progress forward without that Knight of Wands energy, because we wouldn't even know what it is that we want to do or what we like if we aren't ever in a space where we're willing to explore and take chances. So that's really, really important. Some of you guys are dating. Some of you guys are linking up with some fire energy. Now, where things get interesting is immediately you've got the Judgment card, which is clarified by the Empress card. Judgment card, to me, if we're putting a person on it, it could be Libra energy, judgment, justice, that type of thing, how it's all connected. Also, Empress card is Libra Taurus energy, right? Because it's ruled by Venus. So I don't know if you guys were dealing with the Libra, if there's a Libra that's important in your life, but it feels like there might be a judgment call on that. If it doesn't have anything to do with Libra, it just feels like there's a shakeup in terms of your home. Some of you guys, this judgment call may be having to deal with an ex that maybe you share children with, right? Empress card does talk about fertility. It talks about abundance, talks about being a nurturer, right? But sometimes we have to remember the Empress, she nurtures everybody else like she's Mama Bear, but sometimes we can forget ourselves. So that's a big message for you guys too. This month feels like it's bringing up things that you guys are having to realize, like, do I go for what I feel like in my pragmatic mind is right and what I feel society wants me to do is right, or am I going for what I really feel drawn to? And areas where maybe you guys have missed the mark in terms of sacrificing how you feel about something, this is a time and opportunity, especially with Venus in retrograde, Mercury in retrograde, for you guys to revisit that. Okay, now you got the new coming in with the Fool card being clarified by the Seven of Pentacles. A lot of you guys are wanting to kind of try for something new, put in work on something new. Now, the Fool card, there's a lot of cards in the deck that represent new beginnings, but none of them represent it in the same way that the Fool does. What sets the Fool apart is there is a risk that has to be taken, right? Again, you guys are risk takers. You guys are rebels. So really getting into that energy, also packing light. If you guys are, if this has to do with a relationship, knowing that you can't bring the baggage of yesterday and the last relationship with you. Homegirl only has her crystal in her hand. So it's like she's literally traveling with her faith and she's good. But this is a point where you don't know what's going to happen next. And you really do need that kind of divine faith, right? Because Seven of Pentacles energy, we don't know if these seeds that we planted are good or bad. We just know that we're working towards something, right? Now, what's in your environment, which is really interesting, again, here comes that fire. You guys had the Page of Wands. Page of Wands, you guys could be dealing with a younger fire sign, someone who's really, really fun or has like a childlike personality, or they bring the fun out in you and like kind of like that fun nostalgia. There also might be a lot of focus around children right now. Again, some of you guys, it feels like you may have separated from like your child's mother, your child's father, and maybe now you're kind of going through that, oh my God, did I make the right decision thing? Am I doing the right thing? And I say that too because next you got the Nine of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. Now, I will say whenever the Wheel of Fortune pops up, this is about karma kicking in. Now, karma is not bad and karma is not good. Karma is whatever it is. So if you're putting bad energy out there in the world, then yeah, your karma is going to probably suck. If you're someone who's putting good shit out there in the world, then yeah, karma's a great thing. You're going to get blessings coming towards you. But I don't want you guys to worry because I do feel like you guys have been doing work. So whatever you're feeling of this Nine of Swords, free yourself of that. And I love, speaking of freedom, that this deck represents sword energy as birds, because birds for me are very much about freedom. But it feels like maybe if some of you guys have made a decision in the past to end something, these thoughts of maybe regret might be coming up. Also, if it's not that, it could be that you guys are just really, really stressed, feeling like you don't know what to do about a situation, because there is this Two of Swords energy that's clarifying that Page of Wands. So this is like not knowing what to do, not knowing what is your truth type of thing, right? Look at how this person is blindfolded. So not only can homegirl not see, literally, she can't see with the third eye either because she got her bangs and her blindfold and her heart is crossed. So again, making sure that this month you do have the Ace of Cups, right? As the unseen energy at the bottom of the deck that talks a lot about intuition. There are things that you're going to have to use your intuition for more and rely more on that, lean more on that than you can with your logics, right? And I know that's the natural thing that you want to do. You are an air sign. Number one, Mercury is going retrograde today. So this might not be working to its best potential anyways. But again, also being mindful that we can't make our body or make our mind function in the same way that our heart does or in our intuition does. Each person or each part has its lane and has its tasks and has its duty. And so it's like, stay in your lane, right? So if you're trying to make head over heart decisions or heart over head, whatever, if you're trying to use your mind to decide matters of the heart, okay, it's going to be tough. But I feel like this is a time where things are spinning, things are turning. There's going to be blessings on the way. So if you've been feeling kind of in this stuck energy, I feel like you're going to be coming out of that. Now, the reason why too is because you've got this Hermit energy, which Hermit's been showing up a lot lately. So you could be dealing with a Virgo, but through the Hermit energy, through you taking time alone by yourself, figuring out what it is that you really want to do, following your own light, right? Because the Hermit doesn't follow the crowd. Hermit doesn't follow the world. Hermit follows their own light. Hermit is very aware of what they need to do for them. Hermit uses the wisdom that life has taught them and they move forward with that, right? This Hermit card reminds me of Buddha whenever he goes on this like eightfold path of like, what is life about? Like this is that. So with that, there's new exciting things to come. Again, there's that fire energy. So some of you guys might, through the time that you're spending alone and really thinking and gathering your thoughts and your feelings, you might find that you want to do something new. And again, if it's a question of like, if it's between like fire and air, I will say it feels like you guys are leaning more towards fire. And if it isn't about that, it's just about you guys getting out of your own way and your own thoughts too of the things of the past. Now, what comes up next is Six of Swords and the Seven of Cups. Definitely needing to cut through some illusions, right? Seven of Cups is all about options, yes, but it's also about being confused. It's about needing to get clear. It could be about like illusions, right? This isn't, there's just not clarity around something. This is having options, and yes, that's great, but this is a great time to understand what it is that you want to do. And again, retrogrades give us that blessing too, because there isn't much new action being taken. It's really about kind of reviewing what we've already gone through so that we can make the better change for the next time or whatever. But again, with the Six of Swords too, this is about moving on from turbulent waters and moving where things are a little bit clearer, things are a little bit easier. This is about taking the lessons with you and moving forward. And then right after that, you've got the Death card clarified by the Queen of Swords. So some of you guys, I think this is going to require you cutting some things out. It could be cutting some habits out. It could be cutting some people out. It could be cutting some situations out. Death card energy is Scorpio energy. Sword energy is your energy, right? Queen of Swords, she is an elevated woman, just like the Hermit card. Queen of Swords she has so much wisdom. That's why she has these damn butterflies on her crown, right? It's like she's already gone through the process of going through the cocoon and being a caterpillar and like now evolving to this wonderful person who knows what they want, is very clear and very honest and very stern and puts their priorities first, right? They look out for their people too. But whatever you're going through right now, this is a transformation. Remember that this is happening for you, not to you. Kind of change your perspective on that. I just feel like there's something that's going to be dying away, especially with the Six of Swords and Death card being right next to each other. There's going to be a walking away, a revising of something, and through that you get a rebirth of something new. Now, last cards, you got the Magician and the Hermit card comes out again. So big message about this is a really good time to allow yourself the alone time to feel, to think, to figure out what's right for you and you only, right? This is your life. You've got to live it the way you see fit, right? And then with the Magician, this is about really taking the power into your own hands too, right? Because the Magician, he doesn't really need, like he has every tool that he needs, but he doesn't really need stuff. His power doesn't come from the things. His power comes from him. It reminds me of, if you guys like Guardians of the Galaxy and you saw Guardians of the Galaxy 2, remember when Yondu was trying to talk to, what's his fucking name? Star-Lord, you know, Peter? Is it Peter? Peter Quill? Whatever. When he was trying to talk to him about using how he was learning how to use magic or how to use his power. And Yondu has like the little spike fin thing that he like directs it to basically kill people, right? And he was basically explaining to him, he's like, how do you think I do my magic? Like, how do you think I make this arrow move? How do you think I hurt people? It's not through my thoughts. It's a feeling. It's the power from within, right? So just knowing that things, you know, your source of power comes from within. It doesn't matter what's going on around you, and it really doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. You have to follow what's right for you. And for some of you guys, this feels like this is new action coming towards you. Now, what I love is you got Windfall of Abundance and you got Words of Abundance. So two cards that speak of abundance. Abundance can be yours. And remember, abundance isn't just about money. You can feel abundant in your relationships with people, in your friendships, in your family, in your health, right? So Windfall of Abundance, it says an increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. Yes. So abundance coming to you in many different forms, right? Again, this isn't so much about doing. I do feel like you've got some fire energy around you, but it doesn't feel like you guys actually doing anything. It feels like it's actually external. But what you guys can do this month is really get clear on what it is that you want. And I think you're going to be spending a lot of healthy alone time doing that. Now, Words of Abundance. And it says, you have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerfully positive words. Always describe your own and the world's economic situation in loving and optimistic terms, and that is what you attract for yourselves. or for yourself and others, right? So being positive, right? Being mindful of our thoughts, staying in gratitude, that's going to help this abundance come in sooner. And that's going to help with your, like, clearing out your energy of like your confusion. You know, start with your gratitude. Start for the things, no matter how big or small, that you're grateful for. And then you're able to, number one, attract more things and really recognize the things when they're in front of you. Sometimes we have so many blessings, we don't even know how blessed we are until it's gone, you know? And so as far as love, you guys got, you deserve love and heart-to-heart conversations. So you deserve love says you are lovable. Okay, she's got a bow and arrow. Maybe you guys are dealing, there's a lot of fire here. Could be a Sag. Just saying. And honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So maybe you guys need to honestly discuss your feelings with yourself first, so that way you can relate it to the people. Because it's either this, there's a power struggle in something. It's either you guys trying to choose between the past and you know, what's new and ahead of you, or like there's people involved. It could be air and fire is what I'm feeling. But I think right now you guys just have to get clarity and feel okay with how you feel. Understand that this is a time where, you know, just feel okay with how you feel. Everything is working out for you. And honestly, this is a big transformation that's necessary for your overall growth. So I love you guys. If you would like a personal reading, you can reach out to me at she'sbybetarot@gmail.com. And please don't forget to like this video. I will see you later, right? Bye, Aqua.